Very good morning. This is Engineer Ramir Sultan Rana, CEO of QHSC Business International. Today I will be telling you about the forklifters. Forklifters are of many types such as diesel forklifters, battery type forklifters, LPG forklifters. These are used for different types of things for taking up the loads from one place to another and managing it in a very appropriate way. And these are used for their required purposes. For example, diesel type of forklift is used for rough and tough places where there is no issue of the outside and inside environment, and diesel forklifter can be used easily and they transport the things. For the battery type forklifters are used basically where the smoke is very much concentrated, such as FMCG companies, where people prefer to have a battery type forklifter so that the pollution doesn't affect the product of the food product and these things. So and the LPG type of forklifters are used for the places such as where which are very cold places, such as where there is snow going on, where there is a high temperature of cold, so that LPG can be suffice to work for these forklift places appropriately. And the important things about the forklifters are they need to be drive very carefully for the potholes. There should be a banksman when the forklifters are reversing during the process. The forklifter should have a check sheet for the which the employees driver should check it at the start of every shift in the process whenever it has to be used. And the checklist should be consist of a lot of things like looking after the tires, looking after the engine, looking after the mast, looking after the forks, looking after the horn, looking after the lights, emergency lights, and these sort of things. So the things which need to be managed on the per day basis are important. That all the things of the forklifter check according to check sheet, and it has to be marked every day, and it has to be submitted to the QHC department once a week after it has been filled, and it has, if there are any issues in that, they need to be told to the head of the QHC, and that these are the four issues which are coming in the forklifters and need to be solved out as soon as possible. And one more important thing is when the forklifters are used, they need to be very careful when they are going towards the blind spots. So they have to drive slow. They and whenever they are driving, if there is low load with, if they are not having any load on the forks, the forks should be on the lower side of near the floor, and they should not be on the high side. Moreover, when the load is up to the on the forks, it should not be hindering the way of the view of the person of the driver when the when she is shifting the load from one place to another. Moreover, on the turnings there should be given the horn should be given, and there should be at speed, the drive speed should be slow. When the forklift is driving slow through the slope, they should drive slowly. They shouldn't speed on a high speed. Forklifters should obey the speed limit of the organization, which is most of the time is recommended as a 10 kilometer per hour in the within the organization. It depends upon the organization, but most of the time it is recommended like this. Moreover, the forklift driver should wear all the required PPs such as safety mask, safety helmet, safety gloves, safety goggle, safety shoes, safety jacket. These all things should be worn by the forklift driver, and the forklift driver should have a valid driving license, and he should be trained on the forklifter driving techniques on regular basis. Moreover, the health condition of the driver should be okay, so that there should not be any issue in terms of driving the forklifters in a appropriate way, and so that the forklifters also remain safe and the person also remains safe. If you need more details, if you need more information, you can contact me from anywhere in the world at +92 335 734 7400, and you can reach me on my email also, amirsultanrana@yahoo.com. Thank you so much.